Welcome, welcome. Today I want to talk to you about profit first. One of the things that's very interesting about a lot of businesses, including my own, is that you'll get into business and you won't have the profit that you need to keep it sustainable. Want to bring in what's going on now on the social movement front. We've been through a lot of protests in the past, everything from Occupy Wall Street to riots and movements behind police violence and murders, and the end of the road was not reached. The end all goals, which sometimes were disparate and unknown, didn't get there. So whether you're running a business or you're running a social movement, I think it's really important to understand what is your goal and what are you trying to get out of it. In most cases, if you're starting a business, the goal, in addition to the services that you're offering and the fulfillment that you're going to get from those services, is to make money. So having the understanding of profit first. And why profit first? Because understanding that money is the foundation of any business. Without money, you can't deliver your solutions, spread your message, create an impact, or gain your financial freedom. Whether that's a nonprofit or a actual for-profit business, when you hear things like you can't deliver your solutions, you can't spread your message, you can't create an impact or gain your financial freedom, these are all going to be detrimental to your business. And these are the things that you want to create in your business to allow you to move forward and have the impact that you want to have. If you're starting a business so that you can provide solutions and so that you can help people, you can't do that sustainably if you are not building in that profit margin. So I wanted to do a little bit of a deep dive today for folks that, have their business model set. And, whether you're running a catering business or you're running a law firm, there's overhead costs. There's a lot of budgeting. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of how you need to look at your bills. But I think in terms of looking at your money in terms of a dietary science principle. So I'm going to show that to you now. So looking here, and I'm using this website. This all comes from the book Profit First. And I think that's sort of an interesting thing for a lot of folks that, are looking at, the guru or the coach. There are books out there that come with the price of the book, and you're going to get a lot of the information that a lot of the gurus and coaches are going to give you. So if you're looking to save a little money, go out and buy some good books. And Profit First by Mike Michalowicz, I think is how you say it, is a great book in terms of talking about this specific goal. I've recommended many books on this Biz Dev Live program. And this is one of those books that I actually have to go and read because I haven't read it, but I've heard it so much from coaches and from folks that are giving advice that I looked after this summary and wanted to show you this because I think this is going to be helpful to your business. So dietary science principles, profit first approach. Use small plates. Reduce your food intake by using smaller plates. Take profit first and split the balance into small accounts. With less cash, you'll be forced to find innovative ways to achieve more with less. So even before you get to the business side of things, whether you're talking about your own personal budget, by taking money that you are saving and keeping money longer, and folks that have watched before understand a little bit of this principle if you've paid attention to You Need a Budget. See if I can find that book right now. You Need a Budget is an extremely powerful book for folks that are looking for something that's going to help them actually use their money a little bit more wisely. So Jesse Mitchum's You Need a Budget. Go widescreen on this. You Need a Budget. talks about how to keep your money in your account longer. So this use small plates, take profit first and split the balance into small accounts with less cash. You'll be forced to find innovative ways to achieve more with less. Now, if you don't believe that line or you don't understand that line, it's the same kind of idea of when you don't have money and you have to find a solution, that you find a way. So forgetting about the fact that you have money in savings and finding a way to deal with your issues with the less money, you're going to do it. If you have to do it, you have to force yourself to do it. All right. Then this second concept here, going back to this piece where you're talking about change meal sequence, eat low calorie, nutritious food, eat IG vegetables first, right? So before you load up on your bread or your chicken, you want to eat your veggies first. So always take your profit first. So it may be difficult to take that money out and put it into savings, but pay your bills last. So you can only spend what you can afford. That's not what most people are doing, right? You pay your bills first, and then whatever left is what's left, which is logical, right? It's what we understand. I pay the rent bill, so I pay the rent bill first. No, you need to take the profit out first, put that into your savings, and then deal with your bills. That way you have money, because if you just understand that concept right up front, you don't have money if you don't have money, which means if you are not taking the profits out of the business or savings or some amount of money and putting that into your savings, you actually don't have money, right? You have bills. That's all you have, and you're paying your bills, which is fantastic, but you need to find ways to save the money first and then pay your bills. Remove temptations, remove junk food and stock up on healthy food. Once you've taken your profit, keep it out of sight, out of mind, and hard to access, except for the right reasons. So what's the big capital goal that you're saving towards? Retirement might be that thing, which means you're really talking about long-term savings. That's the way you should invest in the stock market. I know there are people that utilize the stock market in order to able them to afford to do things. For me, that really requires a very smart, dynamic approach that I don't know that everybody's going to be able to handle. So stocks, saving account, you're putting that money in there for the long term. If you're capital building with a business, you're saving towards a vehicle, you're saving towards a car. And even then, you want to make sure that you have capital savings, because you don't know if a pandemic is coming, or if there's going to be a terrorist attack, or if there's going to be a financial crisis. So you always want to have savings aside from your capital spendings. That is, eating your veggies first sort of thing, making sure that you're prepared for the long run before you do strategic buying, that sort of thing. Profit first. Make sure that you are focusing on your profit and keeping your long-term aspirations in mind. Build a rhythm. Eat small, regular meals so you won't get hungry. Log in daily to check your balances. Manage your allocations and payables twice a month. So you want to focus on the things that count most. You want to check on how you're growing, how you're dealing with things. You don't want to be paying bills every day, because if that's what you're focused on, that's what you're going to do. Focus on what's going to get you money, your metrics, how you're making your money, that sort of thing. In terms of creating a sustainable movement or a sustainable business, you want to focus on the things that are going to drive your performance. I wanted to talk about both of these things today because we have social unrest in the wake of George Floyd's death, and so many others. I just read that somebody else died in the line of fire from police in Kentucky last night. With all that's going on, with lots of really an environment of chaos, in an environment where we have a president that really isn't the nurturing, goal-oriented driver of positive change in our world, that he needs to be. It's so easy to get sidetracked and distracted. Don't. What is the goal? For me, and I'd love to have this conversation with anybody that wants to have it. For me, the goal in this movement right now is national oversight of any police death, right? Any death of a person in police custody should be investigated by a national, I'm thinking FBI organization that has its own separate wing for these things, so that they have a institutional memory on each of these cases, so that patterns can be recognized and so that professionals can be brought to bear in every situation to make sure that all sides are protected squarely. Because there are many sides to the issue. We want to make sure that our police, our brave officers that do put themselves in the line of fire are protected. On the same note, that they are held to the highest level of accountability that they should be, because they are officers of the law and they are representing us. They are taking our tax dollars and that funds their livelihood. They must be held to a higher standard, and they must be put in a place where if they take an inappropriate action, that it will be judged and dealt with in a way that provides accountability and a justice for everyone across the board. Murder and then transfer of that police officer to another department where he's going to murder again, that bad apple that just goes from one barrel to another just creates a lot of bad apples. That's not the way to run things. Similarly, because this is BizDev Live, so understand why I'm making these comparisons. If you're operating a business and you're not focused on your profit, that business is going to fail. This social movement will fail if we're not focused on the goals. Your business will fail if you're not focused on your number one goal, which is driving profit and making sure that you're financially secure. With any kind of movement, with any kind of organization, with any kind of business, being goal-oriented is how you deliver results and how you provide real impact, real change, and freedom from whatever challenge or issue you're facing. I hope that's helpful. Really want your comments and feedback. If you see this video, I encourage you to let me know what you think I can do to improve the message. I am looking for guests that are knowledgeable on social movements so we can have a more enlightened discussion on it. Until that time, I look forward to talking to you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Have a great day. Be safe. Go towards your goals. Thank you. Gonna play out the theme. Pardon me, I'm still getting the technical aspect of this all down. See you tomorrow at 11. Take care.
BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation.